Hey, what's up guys? Ro and Matt, we are here in the garage of the fittest man on earth, but we're here to wrap up the third and final day from the Norwegian CrossFit Championship.
Let's go see who punched their tickets. Going to be joining me and a lot of other fit people at the games.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Today's show will be short and sweet. I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you to our sponsors at GOWOD for making this happen. Stick around after the event coverage for an interview with Matt Fraser, where he talks to me about how he incorporates the app and the importance of mobility to his performance. Right now, let's get to the action. It was an amazing final day in Norway. Let's check it out, starting with the women. Gabriella Magala and Andrea Solberg entered the final day as your 1-2 in the overall standings, and they continued to battle on the final day. Solberg drew first blood, taking 100 points in event number 7, but then it became the Magala show once again. With a second and third on the final 2 events, Magala is your Norwegian CrossFit Championship winner. Sanna Venäläinen was the surprise of the weekend. A second place and 2/5 on the final day has her jump Jacqueline Dahlstrom and Rebecca Widdesen for the third spot on the podium and the coveted invite to the CrossFit Games. The performance of the weekend goes to Magala. All but 2 of her event finishes were inside of the top 3. We'll see all 3 podium finishers from Norway at the Games this summer.
Yeah, I'm very happy, but I think I can't believe that yet. Maybe tomorrow I understand that I am really going to Games.
Well, believe it, my friend, because you're going to the CrossFit Games. Congratulations to all of the female competitors from the Norwegian CrossFit Championship. Let's pivot now and talk about the men, where 2 Americans battled it out with a local hero. It was tight at the top of the leaderboard entering the final day of competition, with 3 men, Victor Langsfed, Josh Woodhull, and Griffin Roll, separated by just 3 points. The final day of competition would change all of that. Although Victor Langsfed saw some early success, he would stumble in the final events, and when Griffin Roll got his hands on the barbell, it was absolutely lights out. He put up 165 kilos on his 3-rep max front squat and said, it wasn't even that hard if I'm being honest. First on the final 2 events puts Griffin in the driver's seat by 25 points. The young American is the winner of the Norwegian CrossFit Championship, and he will make his debut as an individual at the CrossFit Games this summer.
It's like, look, you're gonna come out here, you're gonna make a point. First workout, did not make a point, took last. But ever since then, just kept that same mental drive, not to give up. I mean, it's kind of just like the Rocky movie that everyone's playing out the run up the mountain. Got my ass kicked, and then came back. I can't even describe how much bigger it is than when I went with the team in 2018. The one difference I will say, it is more fun to celebrate. Like, I don't have my family here, my teammates, but it does mean a huge deal to me inside for what I've put into the effort, just like all these guys do every day, and to see it actually have good results.
Dude, I like him a lot. Congratulations, Griffin. I'm looking forward to meeting you at the CrossFit Games this summer. Right now, my friends, we're going back to the garage with Mr. Matt Fraser to talk about how he incorporates the GOWOD app into his training and the importance of mobility to performance. 4-time fittest man on earth. You've got, really, if we're being honest, the pick of the litter. You can make relationships with brands or have your pick of which one you go with. Mm-hmm. Why do you like GOWOD? Because we were kind of talking about this before the cameras are rolling.
Yeah, like I was telling you, it was a very simple, organic relationship. Sammy was doing work with the brand with some other athletes, and when she came back from that video photo shoot, she was like, hey, it's a really cool brand. They gave you a login if you want to try it. And so they can see all the stats on their end of how much their users are using it, how much they're improving, all this stuff. And I think it was a month or 2 later, they hit up Sammy. They're like, hey, we see Matt's used it every day for the last month and a half, 2 months. Does he want to work with us? And for me, I was like, yeah, this is a brand that I'm using anyways. Why not work together?
Yeah.
And so we just kind of hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Very, very simple relationship. Anytime I've spent with them directly, it's been nothing but a pleasure. And I get a ton of use out of the app.
And just as a person, like we were talking about authenticity as well. You don't just want to sign with something where you're like, well, it's a great financial opportunity. Like, I think it's cool that you're using this as well.
Yeah, you know, it's especially like early on, it's tough to say no to money when it presents itself. But luckily now for me, I have the luxury of picking who I want to work with for the most part, especially with brands in the space. So, you know, it gives me the opportunity to pick brands that I believe in. You know, you hear it all the time, like, don't sell anything you wouldn't buy for yourself. And this was something that, you know, I was using it already. I loved it before I even know who the owners were or anything about it. So when they asked me, like, hey, do you want to work with us on a like professional level? I was like, there was no question in my mind. It's absolutely, let's go.
Yeah. I'd like to know a little bit about you as an athlete, because hard work pays off is your whole thing. How much of mobility comes naturally, and how much have you had to work at it specifically over the years?
You know, when I first got into the space, my flexibility from when I was a weightlifter was tremendous. You know, I was a very limber person. But only in the domains of doing the Olympic lifts. So I just assumed that because I was flexible in those movements that I was flexible. That wasn't the case at all. So as soon as I got out of those domains, I had a lot of trouble and put my body into some bad positions. So, you know, working with this app, it's one of those things that I don't know how to stretch properly. I only know the stretches that I knew from weightlifting or that someone showed me, whatever it be. So having someone put me through a routine, I don't have to remind myself like, oh no, it's your shoulders that need work, or no, it's your hips that need work, or
it takes the guesswork out of it.
It takes the guesswork out of it. You know, I have someone that's walking me through this and showing me how to do it properly. So I've had instances where I get to the gym and I hate warming up. I hate doing activation. I just want to get in and start working. And so I'll go down, do like an overhead squat with the light weight, and I'm feeling some cracks and some pops and some aches, and I'm like, oh, duh, I didn't warm up yet. And so I just jump on the app and type in overhead squat, give how much time I want to dedicate to it, and it puts me through a protocol. Nice. And so it takes the guesswork out of it.
As a moderately competitive human, how much of it like is the scores aspect of it speak to you, or is that more just to kind of gauge where you're at?
So I actually haven't looked at my score in a while. You know, it's part of my daily routine. So I think if I were looking for an endpoint, I'd probably be paying attention more to the score. But this is just part of my daily routine forever now.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm training, I'm using the app to help me get warmed up. So it's just depends on the day when I use it, whether it's my daily protocol or my pre-WOD, post-WOD. But yeah, it's part of the routine.
All right, good enough for you then, I guess it should probably be good enough for me. All right, guys, just like that, another sanctional weekend is all wrapped up. I got to turn around and head to Wadapalooza in just a few short days. I hope you guys will come along on the ride with me. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, like it, leave a comment, tell me what you'd love to see more of. Special thanks to the Fraser family, Matt and Sammy, for allowing me to invade your space while you guys were feeling less than your best. And I will see everybody in Wadapalooza. I cannot wait. Headed to Miami, baby.